And do you remember the sound that we make when we hit it? How do we hit the drum?
Heartbeat.
Heartbeat, yes. So that's the heartbeat of caribou. Solatine, meaning we're all related, we're all family. So caribou are in great herds. And they're all one big family. So Solatine means all related, we're all related. And that's what this drum is for the people. The Dene Sutlani.
Well, you are listening to CKUA. My name is Grant Stovel, screening this Saturday afternoon, February 17th, at the historic Bailey Theatre in beautiful downtown Camrose, Alberta, is a 20-minute National Film Board documentary, a beautiful film called Heartbeat of a Nation, the creation of Alberta filmmaker Eric Janvier, who will also be one of the filmmakers on hand at Nordlys Film Festival in Camrose this weekend. It runs February 16th through 18th. Eric Janvier is here to chat a little bit about this film and about the upcoming screening. Eric, thank you so much for making some time to come join us on CKUA today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me out here.
This is an amazing movie, and there's 3 characters in it, unless you want to count the drum or the river, I suppose, as characters. But who are the people that we meet in Heartbeat of a Nation?
So the 3 people are family members of mine. So the man in the film is my brother. He's the one that's building the drum. His name is Brant, and then my nephew, his son, is August. And then my auntie, Agnes, she's kind of like the matriarch in our family after my grandmother passed away. So she's been like the heart of our family for a long time. And you see that in the documentary.
Oh, yeah. She has a lot of presence on screen. Wow. You get to feel like you know these people after only, the few minutes of the film. And it's so powerful, the dynamic there. Why was it important to have 3 generations present for this film about the making of a drum?
The funny thing is that wasn't even supposed to happen. Like I was just, the broader film that I wanted to make was like seeing the whole process from the caribou hunt down to the drumming. Mm-hmm. Obviously COVID happened, so things had to get switched around. So I was like, well, my brother makes drums, so why don't I just film him making one? And I was like, well, we can't, we could just do it in like his backyard, but let's go to my auntie's place and, do it there. And then his son came along, and my auntie wasn't even supposed to be in the documentary. August wasn't supposed to be in the documentary. So it all just kind of like came together in this weird serendipitous way where they all just kind of happened to be there. Like my auntie wasn't even mic'd up. There was no lav mic on her. She was just in the background cleaning out her medicines and just happened to say something.
It's incredible. And it's such a sensory experience, too, starting off with the sound of rippling water. Can you tell us about the scene where this film begins?
Yeah, that was kind of more of just a presentation type of thing where, usually we soak like when you have a hide, you have to soak it in water or else it gets really hard. Usually we just do it in like a tub.
Yeah.
Or like in a basket, not a basket, a bucket.
Right.
But I was, I wanted to be a little bit creative with it and, see where that river is very, it's an important part of my community, the river that we shot on. Obviously it's a lifeline. It's a place for food and for healing and things like that. So filming it there was just important for me. And, also just give it a little bit of dramatic effect at the beginning.
Yeah. It's almost like ASMR. It's so beautiful. So I thought it'd be great if we could just take a little listen to how this film culminates, which is with a song. After we witness the making of a drum, we get to see and hear it in performance. Can you set up a little excerpt that we're going to hear?
Yeah. So after the drum is made at the end, my brother and my nephew perform a song called the Grandfather Song. It's just a song to honor our ancestors, the masculine spirit, and just a great way for us to start all of our ceremonies.
I thought, let's take a listen to that right now then, if you're cool with that. This is the excerpt from the culmination of the film Heartbeat of a Nation, created by Eric Janvier. So that's a little bit of the sound of the drum that we've seen being made in Heart of a Nation, which is screening at Nordlys Film Festival in Camrose this Saturday afternoon as part of a series of short films. Now, it's amazing to watch a drum being assembled, like from its raw components to the finished product, and then to hear it being performed upon. Why did you feel like it was important to just begin this whole process in the first place, Eric, of chronicling and documenting this practice?
I have to give a big shout out to David Christensen. He was with the NFB for a long time, and he was one of my first supporters in the industry. And he always told me he likes the process. He likes to see the process of something when it comes to a documentary, not just, oh, here's the subject, let's shoot it. He wants to see everything created. And that's where this idea came from, because of, the things that he taught me when I was younger. And I decided, I want to make a story about my family, about our history and our culture. And the drum is such an important part of our reconnection to the culture. Me and my brothers, we all picked up the drum probably about 10 years ago, and we started, singing and doing ceremony. And, I really wanted to showcase what went into making that. And like I said earlier, like it was a bigger production, bigger story, but, bringing it down to this small, intimate moment really showcases how important the culture is for, or how important this stuff is for the community and for the culture and for our people when, we're seeing the three generations, the quote unquote lost generation with my auntie, who is a residential school survivor, and my brother and my nephew. So seeing that and the process was just, again, wasn't supposed to happen the way it did, but serendipitous in the way that it happened.
And it's amazing how intimately handmade this film is. Are there any parallels that you find between like the process you're documenting and the kind of expression that you're pursuing as a filmmaker, telling these very personal stories?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to just letting things happen the way that they do. Like I said, my auntie and my nephew weren't supposed to be there, and it made a better production. We were supposed to make a bigger production. Things happened. We made it smaller, and I think I got a better product. So I just, when you're expecting something and the opposite happens, don't stress about it. Just go with it and see what happens.
It's amazing to watch what happens in this film. It's called Heartbeat of a Nation, and I'm so excited it's screening at Nordlys this weekend, and I'm thrilled, Eric, that you're able to make some time and come join us this morning. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me out here.
Eric Janvier is an Alberta filmmaker, and once again, the film Heartbeat of a Nation, you can find out more about it at nfb.ca, and you can learn about the whole schedule of all the fabulous film and arts that are on offer this weekend at Nordlys in Camrose. Go to nordlysfestival.com. And Eric, I thought you might have a musical suggestion in mind, being that you're of a musical bent, and playing music on the radio is mostly what we do here at ckua. Is there something that you'd like to suggest?
Yeah, let's go with Edmonton's own Cadence Weapon with his new film, Press Eject.
Love it. Okay, this is brilliant. Here is Cadence Weapon and his brand new single here on ckua. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, thanks again.